We closed the show off this morning in our Candid Corner, and J. John, the Big Baby, is here in studio with us. He calls himself J. John, the Big Baby, but born Matlori Badoi. He'll tell us how he got to become J. John and why the Big Baby, and we'll get to know what does it mean, Zunganenge. J. John, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Zunganenge, it easily means, lazy leg, more like you drunk, So when you're drunk, your legs are just, not strong enough. So basically it's just like me talking about my uncle who remembers going back to drinking and all of that. So there's a story in it.
Wow, man. And do you write your songs?
Yeah.
So I guess, that's why then it becomes somewhat personal. But that was nice, man. And what do we call that? Is it Afrobeat? Is it Gaza? Is it how do we categorize the genre that we find you, Jay?
Well, we call it Shigiza, me and my people. But it's Gaza as whole. So it's Gaza Electro, but we call it Shigiza. That's our sound.
Yeah.
Because Gaza has different elements of it. So yeah,
that's why I gravitated to Gaza, because I know that there's Gaza music.
Yeah.
And I was wondering as to is this Gaza music? So you say it's called
Shigiza.
Shigiza.
Yeah, we call it Shigiza.
Ah, man.
But yeah, it's still under the umbrella of Gaza.
Ah, nice. Born Matlori, Baloi, and then you become J. John, the Big Baby.
Yeah.
How does that come about?
The J. John name came from my dad was given a nickname Abbas John, so they used Junior John. So the J stands for Junior, then John.
Is Junior your name, your other name?
No. They just decided to call me Junior because my dad is Bas John.
John.
Yeah, so it's Junior John.
Ah, man, and you carried it, and the Big Baby.
The Big Baby, where I came from, it was more like an insult, because I was somewhere in Shawela and we had these people around, and then me and my cousin, they thought my cousin was older than me. I was like, no, I'm actually older than him. They're like, well, you look like a baby. You're actually a big baby. So that's when I took it. I was like, well, that would be nice. Just put it on my name.
Look at you, man. I mean, you're an artist. Look at you. Everything else has a story behind it.
Yeah.
And one would say that's because you're an artist more than anything else. How do we find you here? Where did it start? Have you always been that bowl of energy, the big baby, of the house? In terms of just everybody else now bumping into you, doing this thing, having dropped an album, and they wouldn't be shocked. They'll just be like, we know, man. We know, that we wouldn't be shocked that today he's an artist.
Yeah, I mean, growing up, I used to love dancing, the traditional dancing called Shigubu. And then I went to dancing into, this was back in the days, Bucha was a thing. I was in there and I also like jumping into hip hop. I wasn't given a nickname at primary school. They used to call me MJ because I could dance like Michael Jackson. And make his moves and that. So it has always been that this person is heading that direction. I was bold enough in primary school to stand up and I said, I want to be an artist and hopefully one day I get my own statue. It sounded crazy back then, but I
look at you now.
Yeah, well, yeah.
and let's talk about the album, Shitlavi. Is it your first album, or you had been working on these craft?
It was released in 2011, so I've been doing this for, I don't know, maybe 14 years. But Shitlavi is my third album. I was a rap, actually. I was a hip-hop artist.
Look at you, man.
I shifted.
Evolution.
Yeah. I shifted to my traditional sound. And it was more like, let's just give it a try. And it actually worked. My first album was Kala Shaka. The second one was Mafelandelin. And then now we have Shitlavi, which is named after my grandfather.
Yeah, I see. And tell us about your music, man. I see that you, even when I was looking and doing research about you, the intention around Shitsonga. You're a Shitsonga musician.
Yeah.
Tell us about this space in terms of navigating this music space. I know that, like you say, you were a rapper, and one would say that maybe probably you were rapping in Shitsonga as well. So you've stayed true to just where you come from and how you would want to take this to the world. Tell us about not in any way being swayed to rap in Afrikaans or in English or do anything else the way other people are doing it, but sticking to Shitsonga and taking Shitsonga from literally here to the world.
I mean, for me, I was like I was rapping in English. Then slowly, the older I get, I started shifting into putting in more words like Xitsonga. And then eventually one day I said, well, I can sing in this Gaza vibe. Let's experiment. And then I met VK, got in studio, recorded the songs. Took me like 2 years without releasing any of those, because pride of a rapper and say I don't want people to see me like that. But by the time we released it, it felt like freedom. I don't have to pressurize myself with things that are not like originally mine, but guys, I have that rhythm in me. So yeah, that's it.
Do you get that people started more or less appreciating you more, or that people find you even more interesting as you go about it in your own mother tongue, that in any way you wouldn't do it any other way right now, looking at how then enriching this feeling Shitsonga?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I've lost fans. I've gained more. Of course, there's still those who still, hey, we want the hip hop vibe. Where's J. John the rapper? I'm gonna deliver him very soon. But for now, let's just have fun while we can. So
Yeah.
I would say I've gained more, because that was when I finally like got my breakthrough. I was able to really get like a big shine and gain a moment and all that. So for the past 3 years, I've gained more and more.
And how has it been in terms of, how we see people promoting, for instance, to that space of championing the mother tongue? Would you say that you would advise anyone that is an artist to say there's gold there, switch, even if maybe probably you are a conventional artist, you are a rapper, once in a while, just switch a bit.
Yeah.
That there's gold there. That's something that maybe you'd advise other artists to go into that space as well.
Yeah, I mean, I would tell them, if you're given a chance and you know that whatever it is that you try, experiment in terms of your mother's tongue. If it sounds good, give it a try, put it out there. There's gold. I'm not gonna lie, there's gold. Like there's gold. So it's beautiful to be in a space where the youth, since because you're heading at the big competition, you have Amapiano, which is the most powerful genre right now in the country. So for me to be in this space and coexist while Amapiano is moving that direction, it shows like there's gold there, a lot of gold actually.
That is nice, man. And 3 albums later, we still find you navigating this space. Maybe let me remind our listeners at home that we are in studio this morning with J. John, the big baby, who's here. And yeah, just giving us a sense of the journey. And we started the show off in terms of this segment with his song Zunganenge. And this morning, we're just getting to know him some more at home. You're welcome to form part of the show. Do give us a call if you're listening to us. You want to pick this man's brain, you want to compliment him, you want to know him some more with us. The lines are still open on 0861 987 000. Thereby actually find us on at PowerFM 98.7 at Katlego. So this morning we're getting to know him some more. 3 albums later, how has it been in terms of this space? I know a lot of us would look at artists from the outside and we think it's glitz and glam. We all want this life, lights, camera, action.
Yeah.
You think that is the space, that is where you would want to be, but we're told often there is a different story. When you are in it, it's totally a different one. For you, we see you still pushing, man. 3 albums later, here you are. Maybe take us through the journey in terms of some of the challenges maybe that you've come across on the journey, or some of the lessons that you have learned that you can teach us, those that are on the other side, as to what to look out for.
Well, with the journey, at first it wasn't good at all. It wasn't sweet. I mean, at some point I had to go to a show, pay to get in, while I'm going to perform for free.
Yeah.
So it was tough, and then we blew up, and then we had a couple of songs that were like moving, Gaza, and it was great, getting paid. And I think the challenges that I still face somehow is the fact that we as traditional artists, we still get the same numbers as the bigger artists, or the mainstream artists, such as your 1 million a month. I have a song that did that, 1 million in a month, and now it's sitting at 4 million. But however, the treatment is just doesn't make sense to me. It's like, why must I be paid less while the other guys, because I do the same numbers as those guys, why am I being paid less? Why is the treatment different? So I think that in my space, guys, I think we need to sort that out. But I would say it's a bit, it's just heavy a little bit. But once you get to the light, you must know that your privacy can be compromised anytime. The best thing you can ever do is to find a way to sustain your privacy and give the people the music. Let them talk about your music and all of that. Don't let them be in a space where they get to talk about your personal life and all that. So lights and camera action, it's good, but at the same time, it takes a certain part of you. Like, there's certain things you can't do. I mean, in a weekend, if I'm not performing, my friends can go and have fun and drink. You can't do that. You're a brand, So you need to find a way to balance those two and understand that when you get famous, you must sacrifice certain things that you used to do.
We appreciate your consistency, because amid all of these challenges, using lockdown and some of these issues playing themselves out, you stayed the course. You are here, and things eventually just open up. Look up. Some of the things make sense as you go along, but we love the fact that you stayed true.
Hey.
You see, Ausurulani is in Northern Cape. And she's saying, in Northern Cape, we're listening to you. So it means that you're not limited, to just us here knowing you. There are people that are appreciating your music. Let's talk briefly about the album. It's a 12-song album. And we see you releasing it in the last year. How has it been doing? What can we look out for if we are going into that album? What are the songs that you've put out there? I've seen that, Shitsonga is true to their language. Various of the songs, Yengwe, Kubiha, Swasinyana. So it does then speak to who you are. But just give us a sense of what we can expect when we go into the album.
Yeah, I mean, album basically, it's a personal thing. It's me being vulnerable. JJ talking about a girl who broke his heart heavily, so heavily. So he speaks about the pain that he feels after introducing this girl to his family, and then she left him, and then his grandmother admired the girl, and then she passed away, and now he's talking about being broken. And then Yin, where it's J. John advising J. John in the future, listen, people are wicked, you forgive them. Yin, where it's, what's that? Was it a leopard? What's that? I don't know what.
Yingwe.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but so, it never changes its color. So,
it's a leopard.
Yeah, so it never changes its color. So once somebody show you who they are, best believe that's who they are. Once they betray you, they'll do it again. So in this album, you can expect the feeling of feeling what J. John was feeling at that moment when he recorded the album. And in terms of pushing, the album is doing so much great. I mean, on Spotify, we have 5 million streams, the whole album.
Nice.
Yeah, we just did that. I think we just reached 5 million about 3 days back. So it's great. I mean, the whole numbers, I would say right now we're sitting at 10 to 11 million streams on all digital platforms. So the album, it's a personal thing. It's like that deep. So
I see you have a footprint in Mozambique as well. So literally just appreciating your hoping that when you come back, we can do this interview in Xitsonga now.
Yeah, you better learn Tonga.
So I wouldn't have to bite my tongue here.
Nah, but you're doing great.
But you had me greeting our callers, So I'm here and there, So I really appreciate you coming on. But do give us a sense of how we can get a hold of the album. Where do we find the music at the same time? Who are you on social media?
Okay, on social media it's J. John the Big Baby. On Instagram, J. John the Big Baby RSA, and then on TikTok it's J. John the Big Baby 95. Then on Facebook it's J. John the Big Baby. So you can find my album on any digital platforms, such as your YouTube, Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify, and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, the gentleman is here in an afro, so you should see him, the big baby.
Yeah.
But really appreciate you coming on, starting that more albums, or you released more albums,
Yeah.
and your music would be touching more people, even beyond our wildest imagination. But for coming into the studio, we appreciate that. Let this not be the last time.
Thank you.